He'll be here in a minute. It'll be fine.
Don't know. He's normally talking by now.
Yeah, no.
I'm not sure he is.
He'll be here. He'll be all right. We'll give him 10 minutes and then start without him.
Because somebody needs to press the go live button. Because we'll just be sat here all night. People
I haven't got it, but they don't trust me with the button yet. So
no. We're jesting. We're jesting. Hey, everybody. It's Foxx from eModels. eModels.co.uk. Hello. How are you all doing? You may notice we're missing somebody tonight. Just a little bit. We are missing the Tedward. Ted actually moved house on Friday. And he's in his new house now, but he's not set up with the internet yet, so he can't join us. However, he is in chat via the magic of someone else's Wi-Fi.
Well, he was a little while ago. He might still be there.
He might still be there. Well, via the magic of someone else's Wi-Fi, we assume he got permission to use, he's actually in chat. His phone may explode. There's no guarantee his phone won't die. But he's in chat. But how is everybody doing? Hello and welcome to the eModels Monday show. Just me and Chris tonight. The usual nonsense. We're going to sit here for a couple of hours and talk rubbish. We'll no doubt end up talking about 1980s TV shows, old cars, all that kind of shenanigans. We will do our best to keep an eye on the chat tonight. However, it is just me and Chris. So we've got to kind of do three things at once now. But we'll do our best.
Ted says here. Ted says, I'm here.
Hey, Ted's here. Hello, Ted. Ted's in the chat giving out stickers to everybody. He's not really. But we shall do our best. If you want to ask a question, again, because there's only two of us, make sure to type your question in big fat capital letters just so we have a better chance of seeing it. And if you're watching on somewhere that doesn't have the live chat, like if you're watching on the eModels website, emodels.co.uk/live, or through Facebook or somewhere else, click on the little YouTube icon on the bottom right-hand side of the viewer, and that will take you to the YouTube page where you can join in the live chat. And we will have the sticker giveaways. And I've just realised I've not got the stickers out. We will have the sticker giveaways and things and the mug giveaways later on for people.
Yeah, I can wave some stickers. I think it's still locked on you, but I can wave stickers.
No, I unlocked it. I pressed that button.
I don't know. I can't tell. But we have stickers, yes.
Oh, they printed them upside down.
Yeah, they are the Australian stickers. I've got the ones here. Yeah.
Australian stickers, bro.
G'day.
Special edition.
Yes, Smooth did say a minute ago, is it locked on Foxx? It was locked on Foxx, just for the beginning bit. You do get to see me as well sometime. But
yeah,
I think if there's only two of us, then we don't get the little pictures in the corner. I think you only get the person who's talking and the other one's invisible.
Oh, okay, because I mean, we can see the little bit.
You can see me and I can see you, but
I can see a little tiny Chris on full screen as well. But
I don't know, is it full screen or does it only stay as a little tiny me?
Yeah, it's still a little tiny you, even when you're full screen. So.
You got it clicked on you then, because I can see you full big screen and only me in tiny screen. So
I haven't got it clicked on me. Look, no, it's clicked on you. No, it's locked on you. If you need to scratch your butt or blow your nose, it's going to be locked on you forever.
I'll just sit here quietly.
So anyway, welcome to everybody. We'll have a quick whiz through the chat and see who's in, then we'll see what we've been up to. We have in the chat tonight, we have Tony Blackwell, hello, and Simon D, welcome. Tony Blackwell was first and says first, banned. Simon D was second and says second. Damn Ducks Bobbington is in and says last. Pretty much. Red Len 08, welcome. Gross Models, don't know who that is.
No, don't worry about them. It's fine.
Never heard of him. We have Sergeant Bones is in, and I'll be reading some of his comments in a minute because he gives little commentary about Ted. Smoo is in. Welcome, Smoo. Who else is in? We have eModels UK. Welcome. Yeah, that's me. Sorry. Phil Kett and Wayne Haywood are in. Lord Barclay III Toomey, even though he doesn't put Toomey on the end. We remember, we see all, we know all. Who else have we got?
He might be trying to forget the Toomey bit. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we're just digging it up.
Yeah.
Maybe people ask him constantly if he was like guy in the X-Files or something. I don't know. Skipper Ted is in.
It's half
just
in.
Just about. Dad's in. Hey, Mike Mountain. We have Joanna Hammond's in, Andrew Shield is in, John Bennett, Mark Scale Models, welcome, Zadster, welcome, Phillies, George Taylor, Michael Jackman, who else? James Chapman, Rustin Customs Models. If you don't live in America, I'll be disappointed because that's such an American name. Rustin Customs. Phillies, Stroom, who has the best pronounced name in the world, Stroom 13. Butcher That Model, Dave is in, evening Dave. Gaz Vickers, Jamie Bone. And I think I've got to the bottom. Kenneth's in. Welcome, Kenneth. Evening or morning in your case. Donald McKenzie and Graham Presswood and Zadster. I think we probably missed a few people out, but we'll get to you later on. Don't worry. But welcome to all of you. As you can see, it's just me and Chris. So, Chris, how the devil are you, my friend? And what have you been up to? There's a hard cut for you.
Yeah, I'm very good actually. Thank you very much for asking. What have I been doing? I've been doing the last.
Have you been tugging?
I've been tugging quietly. I've built the top sort of. I don't know. It's not a cockpit, is it? Cabin,
bridge,
cabin, bridge deck, something. Yes, the top bit. One more bit to do the big towery thing with all the antennas and stuff on it, but I'm not doing that quite yet. I'm going to step away from those for a little bit. There's, too much tugging is not good for you.
No, there's all kinds of things can go wrong if you. Yes.
So I've done that. My next personal build is a little rocket.
That's a big chicken.
It's apparently 77 centimeters tall.
What's that in imperial feet and pounds?
Yeah, it's about 2.5 foot.
Wow, that's pretty big. I've got a slight sniffle.
That's more than a slight sniffle. That's quite a big sniffle.
Summer weather. So yeah, that's a big chicken.
So, but it's only very small. It's only that big across. So it's tall, but doesn't take up much room. So just kind of corner somewhere, I think.
Is it just basically, because I've never built one of those apart from when I was like about 6? Is it just basically an enormous tube with about 5 greebles on it?
It's a big tube. This one actually comes with a little base thing with little guys standing on it, and the rocket sections are all separate. They all come apart with thrusters and all of the bits, and it's got the Apollo lander thing on it as well.
Cool. So could you build it with one half of it not attached so you can see it? Has it got all the fuel tanks and stuff?
As far as I'm aware, it has.
So you could build like one half of it with all the internals showing out.
There are some pictures on the side. I don't know if they're going to come out very well, but there are, let's say, thruster things on the bottom. The top bit's got the thruster bit, and the top of the nose cone opens up with the lander in it as well.
Cool.
So there's more to it than meets the original eye. So that'd be quite interesting to get to.
Yeah, I mean, my memory of making that is I was about 6 and it was just a tube. I didn't know what I was doing.
Well, you made it out of a toilet roll or a kitchen roll, wasn't it?
There could have been
a toilet roll stuck together.
That could have been. No, actually, I'll be honest. Actually, my first memory of that model is actually my brother making it and me breaking it when I was about 6. Let's just tell the truth now.
Okay, come. You're going to have your mum shout upstairs for, "Oh, I know it was you."
No, my mum didn't. My brother's like, "Oh, I spent minutes building that."
Tony Blackwell says getting the white right on the Apollo is the hardest. Yeah, I did realise that I haven't got very much white paint in at the moment, so I might have to be putting in an order. I'm considering just doing it white primer and then putting the black over the top because it's not going to be played with. So the primer's quite hard wearing anyway, so I might get away with that.
Are you going to do pre-shading on it though?
There's
a lot of little ribbedy bits, isn't there? And like
there's lots of bits that are sort of going to pre-shade themselves, I think, because my painting's not the best.
Yeah. Well, you could do like a grey primer, and then because if you do a black primer and white, you can get some nice shading, but it takes a lot of white paint.
Yeah.
If you do it as a grey primer, then you've only got to do a bit of white paint, and it'll.
Yeah, I'll think about it and play around. And see
unless you don't do pre-shading.
I'll be doing it in stages anyway. It's not all going to be one build because it's.
I see what you did there. Stages. I see it there. You've been trying to get that one in all night, haven't you? Yes.
Cool. Making models out of fairy liquid bottle. That was what you made them out of.
Yep. Yeah. Zadster says appliance white spray from Halfrauds.
Yeah,
that would work.
I'd have to do it outside though.
Nah, that's true. You'd have to do it outside. You'd have to take your big rocket outside in the public.
I'm not allowed to do that anymore. I've got in trouble for that.
You've got the legal things involved. Now there is. We will later on. We will be doing a little thing for our viewers in chat and everybody else. Because you've not decided yet what you're going to build next for eModels, have you?
No, I've got the Starlifter plane sitting over there completed, but I'm not going to make the trip up to deliver just that. So I'm going to do another kit before I take a couple up to them. But I don't know what to do. So I don't know what to do. What should I do? You've all got access to the eModels site. Have a nose around sometime and see what you can find. It's got to be 1/4 scale because that's my thing. But yeah. Anything you like. I'm not obviously going to guarantee making any or all of them, but give me some suggestions.
Yeah, obviously a Saturn V rocket will be a bit of a lame suggestion.
Yeah, I've got one of them. I've done a couple of other things as well. So I've done space shuttles, and I've got another space shuttle over there in my stash as well, personal collection. So
Personal collection.
Neither of those, yes, my personal supplier. I don't want to do a 1/6 motorbike either.
Oh, why not? Well, you never done before.
Yeah, if you've got any suggestions that you think will be a good build for me to do for eModels, give me a shout, and we'll see what eModels say.
Yeah. So have a look through the eModels website. Pick out something that looks awesome in 1/144 scale. Has to be 1/144 scale. And drop an email to ted@emodels.co.uk with your suggestion for what Chris should build next for eModels.
Making Models says Death Star in 1/144 scale. I think that'd still be something like a mile across or something. So, no, probably not.
Dream 13 says do a 1/144 scale high grade gunpla. I like that one.
I got one.
Somebody asked me, by the way, do I not know how to pronounce EU in French? And it's Strum, I assume, but I like to say Stroom because I'm northern.
Jamie Bone says a Revel 144 submarine. I've got one of them in my stash.
So you can always make two.
And I've just done a boat, so I don't want to do anything boat related.
Yeah, true. But yeah, if you've got any ideas, because once the stream finishes, the chat disappears. So pop an email to ted@emodels.co.uk with your ideas. And what I'll say is, whoever wins, whichever one he goes for, we'll send that person some stickerage.
Sounds fair. Yeah. George Taylor says 1/144 figure painting. I've done that already. Look.
I don't think he's going to get more than an episode out of that one, though.
That's my 1/44 pointing figure.
Painting 1/144 figure, part 12.
Nose.
Painting the individual hairs. Painting the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So send your ideas to Ted, and I say the one if he picks one of them, we'll send that person some stickers and give him a shout out. Yeah. On that note, by the way, don't forget, of course, if you're not able to get into the chat tonight, and you have a question for us, either for us to answer or for us to use as a giveaway question, you can always send it to ted@emodels.co.uk. He's not on the live stream, but he's there and he's got access to his emails, and he can either send us a message or he can forward the email on to me on my telephone S, and I can check the question out. We haven't got one question so far.
Ted just says he would type in his email address, but only half of his phone screen works. So.
Okay, let me put that down then. Hang on. There's no Q in ted@emodels.co.uk.
It might have stretched. It might not maybe W's either.
Only one half of his phone works, and it's the other half of last time. Send it to that email address there.
Phil East has a question.
Oh, yes.
He says, how far away do I need to throw the dog when airbrushing? Using a spray booth, the dog seems to enjoy the motor and tries to sit close to it. Well, it depends what colour you want your dog to be, really.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if you give your dog a respirator, he can sit right close to it. If it's a dog with a proper muzzle, you might. If it's a dog with a flat face, you can give it a normal, 3M respirator.
Yeah, there probably are dog respirators available. Probably not at eModels, though.
But how cool would your dog look with a respirator? Maybe some welding goggles. Just call it dog meat, and we'll be done with it. When you're spraying in your house, even if you've got an extractor booth, I mean, if you ever, like me, when I'm spraying, I have a light over the spray booth, and even though you've got your spray booth sucky tube going, sucking all the paint away, you'll still see clouds of paint coming out of vaporized paint, and they will gradually suck into the spray booth, but they're still sitting around. So even if you're using a spray booth, if you've got kids or pets and animals around, you kind of want to get them out of the room, just because you don't want to do their lungs any harm. And there are people that say, if you use acrylic paints, they're only water-based, it's fine, no, it's any paint. So even if you've got a spray booth and you've got it sucking all the air out the window and you've got your windows open, just for safety, make sure kids and animals and things are all in a different room, just to be safe.
Yeah. So what have you been doing this week, Foxx?
What have I been doing? I have been... I've not been Odo, obviously. I have been and finished the Imperial Skitter diorama and build and stuff, which is now done and complete. So the final video of that has gone up, I think, on Thursday, showing me how I did the last few bits on the diorama and how I stuck all the dudes on and stuff. So that is now done and dusted. I'm quite pleased. I'm really proud of how it came out.
None of them have fallen over yet, either.
I know. They're all like glued in. So. Apart from the sniper who's just stuck in with a cocktail stick.
Yeah, but it's quite a long cocktail stick.
Yeah, it's quite long. But I was quite pleased with how the terrain came out. I'm not blowing my own trumpet, but just considering it's just PVA and soil, and a bit of the Ammo by Meg turf sheet and a few little sticky buds of tufts, you don't have to spend a long time doing dioramas to make them look kind of cool. A bit of soil, a bit of PVA, a bit of airbrush of the brown colours, and I thought it came out really well. So I'm really pleased with that. That will be going back to eModels at some point. I've got to take it down. So probably in the next few weeks. What I'm probably going to do is I will need to drive down and take it with me. So I'll probably post up and say when I'm going. And then what we'll say is if people want to come along and say hello while I'm at the store, it'd be brilliant. I'm probably going to see if I can arrange to go down with some other people. I know Mike Mountain, or Dad, in the chat tonight, he wants to go down anyway. So I might try and sort of do a car share with him to go down, maybe.
At some point, we'll coordinate and we'll both be going at the same time. But
you have to come up from down south.
I have to come quite a long way from down London way. So
yeah, you have to account for like 3 extra days.
It's definitely a day trip. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll post up and I'll mail Pete Mate and James Mate to say when I'm going up, and they can post on the Facebook page. And then I'll hang around there for most of the day. I'm sure James Mate will get me putting stuff on shelves. It won't take more than 5 minutes before he asks me to just catalogue some stock and put something on a shelf, because of course they will. Yeah, we'll probably post up, and then when I go down, people are welcome to come along and say hello.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And Mike Mountain, a couple of my friends, Mike Mountain and Gordon, went down last week to the chaps at eModels, but they made the terrible mistake of going down the day after bank holiday.
Yeah, it's pretty busy there.
Yeah, it's kind of a living hell for the first few days after the bank holiday because they have all the orders to do. So it was a bit chaotic. So Mike's going to go back down again in a few weeks. But we'll post up.
Updating about his move.
Oh, yes.
He says that the chicken and the sub made the journey unscathed. However, his Typhoon had a nasty accident when something fell on it.
Oh, no.
So, yeah. As long as the chicken and the sub are right, they're the most important things.
The chicken,
the sub, then family, and then kettle, and then your supplier.
Well, I think kettle comes first, actually.
Oh,
kettle first, then chicken, then sub, then family.
Yeah.
For some reason, the sentence "the chicken and the sub" has now put the theme tune to Cow and Chicken in my head.
There's nobody mentioned a cow.
I know, it's just the sentence "the chicken and the sub" got me thinking in that vein. Now I've got cow and chicken in my head. I don't know.
Okay.
So yes, I'll plan to go down anyway. We'll have like a meet and greet. People are welcome to come along, grab some cool stuff in store. But other than that, I've just finished that, so I've got other builds to crack on with now. I'm going to be a little while before I do another eModels build, because I've got to do some builds that I can. I've got some commitments that I've got to fulfill, builds I've got to do for people, and I need to do some builds that I can actually sell. So it's going to be a little while before I get to my next eModels build, but I will announce obviously what that's going to be when I know what it is. So it might be a little later in the year when I get to my next one. But I think Ted's sub is going to keep us supplied in videos for the next couple of years anyway. And whatever your next build will be, we'll carry on. There is news from Tony. Tony is the mysterious fourth member of the live stream that you never see because he's never available. Because of work commitments, he's never free to be on the live stream. He has actually done an eModels build, and he's done it all and filmed it before giving it to the guys. So I think he's putting the finishing touches on that. So there might be a new series from Tony coming up soon as well. We do try and get Tony on the live stream when we can, but he's just never available because of
George Taylor says I had a chicken sub for lunch.
Ooh, chicken sub, yes. Ray Aquilana's in. He says hi, Fox. Hi, Ray. Hi, Paul. Hi, Chris. Say Mike and Ray. Everybody's saying hi.
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Skipper Ted says my phone can't keep up, so forgive me if I go offline occasionally. Are you sure it's your phone, Ted, and not just you?
Yeah, he's napping. He's very tired. He's been busy this week. He's been, yeah.
It was a bit worrying because he said, right, I'm going to move tomorrow. Tomorrow's the big day, and then we didn't hear from him until this morning. He's like, has he disappeared down a sinkhole or something?
I think he packed his phone charger in a different bag, and yeah.
So yes, we will do our best to get. I did see a question actually somewhere.
I missed that.
How far away? If you're going to put a question in the chat below, please do the whole thing in capital letters, not just the word question.
Yeah.
Because it's only me and Chris, and we might struggle to see the question with the chat moving so fast.
If you see your question disappear off the top and you really, really want it answered, just ask it again.
Yeah. If you want to go on, sorry.
Question. Copy it, and then you can paste it again later. Save typing it all in again.
Yeah. And if Ted can keep up, he might actually drop us a text message, something, and let us know if it's a really urgent one. There is also the option of super chat, bottom of the chat, the little dollar symbol in the window there. You can use super chat if you wish. It puts your question in a big coloured box and we can't miss it. Or it used to. It now seems to put it at the top of the chat in a little bubble. I don't quite know why. But it means we can't possibly miss it then. So there's that option.
Paul Davies says, question, pledge polished drying time.
Says question what?
Question, pledge polish drying time.
Okay.
I don't know if that was a repeat of the earlier question, just with fewer words.
It could be.
I'm assuming he wants to know how long it takes paint polish to dry. Depends how thick you painted it.
If you've airbrushed it, I would leave it 24 hours before you do anything else. I mean, it does actually dry to the touch quite quick, maybe in an hour, but if you're going to do anything else on top of it, leave it for 24 hours. And cover it up with something. If you've sprayed your model, put a box over it or something with a little gap for air to go in, just so it doesn't pick up dust. It doesn't. If it's just for decals and stuff, it doesn't really matter. But if you can, just cover it with something. Unless it's a massive model, in which case you might have a little bit of dust on there.
Ted says next door's Wi-Fi keeps dropping out. Well, go and tell them. Go and tell them. Yeah. Stop using your internet. I'm using it.
Yeah, go around and say, look, your Wi-Fi is rubbish. Can you sort it out?
Do you know who I am? Joey Moore says, question, who gets the quiz questions this week? If you're asking questions and want us to ask the questions for you for stickers and things, send them to Ted still, ted at eModels.co.uk.
Yep.
He'll get them to us and then we'll ask them.
I have one here. He's sending the questions to me because he can do the emails. We do have one question for giveaways tonight. In case you've not watched this before, what we'll do is later in the show, we'll do sticker giveaways and giveaways for eModels mugs. And all we do is we ask a question. If you send us a question that we then use, send us a question and the answer, obviously, we use it, you'll get a sticker too. Otherwise, we'll have to make up questions ourselves and they're going to be terrible. So, but just send us the question and the answer, and we'll assume that your answer is correct.
Yeah, we don't check.
Yeah, we don't check that stuff.
Rustling Custom Models has question for Foxx and Chris. Can I use Halford's paint on model kits, colour and clear lacquer? Halford's paint, I think there's two different types, isn't there? There's different. If it's like, are you talking a primer or actual paint or?
Yeah, I mean, Kenneth actually says there, test it on some sprue. You can use it on models. I've used Halford's paint on models before. There's nothing wrong with it. They do tend to be, though, obviously because they're rattle cans, they tend to be lacquers and they can be quite strong. So give it a test, but they're usually fine. They are quite good. You can actually get some decent primers and things from there. But I tend not to trust primers from places like auto shops a lot, because when you go into an auto store like Halford's or something like that, they'll have cans and rows and cans of primers, but they're not all primers. Some of them are actually just coloured paints. So if you are picking up a primer, say, for example, from somewhere like Halford's, make sure it says primer on the tin and make sure it says sandable, because some of them will just be like almost like paints that aren't really primers. So they won't necessarily grip and they won't necessarily be sandable. But for paints, you'd be fine. I know people that use auto paints. Just test, like Kenneth says, I test it on some spare bits of plastic and sprue, just in case it's quite a hot chemical and might affect your plastic. But it shouldn't.
I've got some of the Halford's filler primer, which for the 3D printing things I've used, which isn't ideal if you've got lots of detail work, because it tends to cover up the detail because it is a filler. So if you've got something that's like 3D printed that's got lines in it, you can spray that over it and it eases the lines a bit. You'd have to go quite thick to get rid of them completely, but as a primer, it works fine. It does the job. So
yeah, it saves you a little bit of the sanding, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Alan at Northwest Modeler says he's got 3D printing. He says, "Thank God for my 3D printer keeping me busy." So Alan will know all about that. Having to clean up all the little print
he also says they stink. I think he's talking about the Halford primers paints, and yes, any rattle can is going to have a certain amount of smell factor. Yeah. So yeah, very, very well ventilated or outside. Yeah,
he does say it's cheaper sometimes to go to your local body shop. Yes, and body shop suppliers can do them as well. But I mean, ultimately, I would say there's nothing wrong with using things like that. But it's not what they're designed for. So you're probably fine, but it's always worth, when it comes to things like paints and stuff like that, it's kind of worth using the products that are designed for the thing you're using, just to be safe. I say I've used auto paints before and they are fine, but they're not designed for little tiny plastic things. They're not designed with preserving tiny details in mind. So, you know, you might use, say, a Tamiya rattle can paint or an Army painter paint. They're quite good, that are designed for models. So they're designed with little tiny details in mind. You can use auto paints, but they tend to be often more dense and thicker. And if they're lacquers, they might dry as a thicker coat of paint. So do a lot of testing first on scrap models, because you might find that some of them do tend to be quite thick. They're designed for cars where you want them to be not a tiny thin layer, but a bit thicker, so they can help fill any imperfections. So your mileage may vary. We always do say it's better to buy the things for your model making, but there's no harm in it. It might be fine.
And as Zedster says, just remember, shake the can lots and lots, and then shake it some more.
Yep. We have some questions coming in. Are these questions or prize questions? Let's have a look.
I don't know.
Emails from Tedworth McSkiptons. Oh, that's a giveaway question. That's a giveaway question, right? So we've got 3 giveaway questions, so we don't have to ask any questions tonight, Chris.
Good. I won't have to think about anything at all.
We can turn our brains well off.
Cool. I didn't turn it on yet, so that's fine.
Yeah, I'm just going to make a quick adjustment to my screen because it's gone into nighttime mode and I can't see anything.
Does that mean everything's going dark and blue?
Everything's going orange.
Orange.
It's like a thing that adjusts the colour so you don't.
It shifts it to blue scale, doesn't it?
No, it makes it orange when the sun goes down.
Yeah.
So anyway, yes. So that's what we've been up to. Let's have a think. What do we talk about next normally? Ted,
I don't know. Jamie Bone's got a question to save us from not having anything to talk about.
Yes.
It says, is there a paint set for WW2 American backpacks and accessories for military vehicles? I don't know. There's a lot of paint sets in the eModels, but I don't know all of them off by heart. Ted's the one to ask. Ask Ted.
I would say probably not for something that specific, but there will be paint sets that cover things like because the American backpacks would be in the same kind of vein as the
same as the army uniform colours, weren't they? They're not really wildly different. So
and accessories for vehicles. There are I think it's eModels sets like tools. They do a lot of tool sets where it's metallics and wood colours for things like the tools that go on tanks. Which you've got a lot of accessories for vehicles might be things like spades, pickaxes, axle braces, and things like that.
Yeah.
So there will be sets that would work. For the uniforms, it's usually going to be the uniform colour. But bear in mind, though, with real-world military uniforms in World War II, when somebody was dressed in, say, olive drab, if their uniform was olive drab, it wouldn't necessarily have all been the same colour. I learned this when I was buying my M1942 jacket. I was looking at different, vintage jackets. You could see, GIs or a German soldier, anybody, who would have pants of a certain shade of olive drab, and then the jacket might be a slightly different shade. And the cap might be an even different shade because the production varied throughout the war and the availability of dyes and things. It wasn't a strict process. So there's always some colour variation. Backpacks may be made of a slightly different canvas, dyed in a slightly different way by a different company. So it's all kind of similar, but don't worry if your backpack's not exactly the same shade as your M1942 jacket. Or
you might have had one, a year longer than the other one, and lost the bag and got a new one that's cleaner.
So I mean, as long as if you're just looking for the rough colours, I mean, go off the colours that are in the instruction book anyway, because in most instructions will give you very rough colour guides, and just stick to that. And most paint manufacturers will name their colours appropriately anyway. So, but just stick to the rough colours. There are paint sets though. I think there is actually. Let me just have a quick look.
Ted says there's paint for tool sets and also use uniform colours.
Yes, I'm just seeing if there's actually a paint set option on the website. I think there is. I can't remember.
I think there are. I've seen them for vehicles and sort of,
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for
tank sets and stuff, but
paint sets, you're looking at things like the Ammo by MiG do some. I think Vallejo do some. I can't quite remember. AK Interactive do some, and they do some figure acrylics as well. So have a browse through the paint section. You'll find something there. Let's have a look. What else is chat doing? Silly question says Blue says 86. Does Vallejo acrylic varnish like being wet sanded for polishing after sufficient drying time? I don't know.
Don't know. No, I've used Vallejo matte varnish, but I haven't wet sanded it afterwards.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I would probably. I don't know for sure, but I would probably guess that acrylic varnishes aren't quite as durable for wet sanding as things like lacquer varnishes. So it might be a bit more of a challenge. You might have to use a very, very gentle wet sand or build up quite a lot of varnish, because acrylic varnishes are tough, but they're not as tough as lacquer varnishes, which are designed for sanding. The
water might sort of reactivate it a bit and make it sort of wet again, basically. Ted says there's leather sets and wood effects of MiG and AK.
Yes, he's done I think he's done the wood effects.
Research for us.
Ammo do sets for guns and for tools as well. So their tool set's quite good. It's all metallics and woods and stuff.
Yeah.
But back to Bruce's question. I will be careful trying to do wet sanding on acrylic varnishes, just because when you're airbrushing them on, they tend to be quite thin coats anyway. and they're not like lacquers which dry rock hard. So yeah, be careful.
Yeah.
Stream 13 says, Skipper Ted, I just sent you an email. Ted, send it on to me. There's something I need to ask. We were debating tonight because I don't have access to Ted's email because he can't remember the login and password because it auto completes in Google. So and so we're like, what do we do for people? What do they mail? So we're like, well, we'll just get them to mail Ted because then he can forward it on. So
yeah, the last time Ted had to put his password in was in 1836. So
yeah, and he didn't even have a password then. Yes. LD says he tested acrylic clear on a guitar. It's not very strong. It sounds through very easily. My guess will be it's not that tough and durable to be sanded.
I mean, they're designed as a model kit.
Yeah. I mean, if you're making, depends what you're making. If you're making like a shiny car or a shiny motorbike and you want to get a really smooth, glassy finish, you probably want to look at using lacquer varnishes, either proper automotive ones like proper 2-packs, or just some of the lacquer gloss varnishes because they are tough enough to be wet sanded. A lot of people that do shiny cars and things like that will use proper lacquer varnishes precisely because they can then wet sand them and get the Scotch Brite on them and get them down and get them shiny and glossy. So
yeah, Sergeant Bone says nobody's mentioned food yet, so I'll start. He's eating onion ring crisps. They're quite nice. Yeah.
Really? Should I put him off his food by?
Oh yeah, Foxx has got some food.
I have some. One of my lovely followers. Now I did this on a live stream yesterday. I don't know if I want to do it tonight because you guys, some of you will have seen it. One of my followers sent me a bag of crickets. It's a Thai snack. It's a bag of roasted crickets. If you want me to, I'll eat some on telly.
I did
it on my own live stream, and they're actually quite nice. But in case anybody didn't see that and they want to see me eat some crickets.
What's the chances of you having to rush off after you've eaten one and leave me on my own?
None. They're really nice. I even got my mum to eat some.
Oh.
Like, I don't want to eat that. I said, try what you want. No. And then as I was walking out, she went, well, you might put just one down there and I might look at it for a bit. So I put it on the corner. She went,
and it will look back at you as well.
Yeah. I put it on the corner and she went, it was quite nice. So,
I always thought you meant the tongue was going to come out.
Like that, like a creature.
It seems to be pretty much 50-50.
Yes.
People were saying, Sergeant Bone says, Fox, you know I like crickets. Crispy crickets.
Roasted customer says, eat it. Like chicken, but smaller and more legs, says Speedy Crate. Yeah, you don't tend to get chicken legs stuck between your teeth. Don't put me off pizza. It's not due for half an hour. Okay, so I'll eat them in about half an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, we might do a bit later on then. Osric 9000 says he's just had a curry. I don't want that to come back. Gavin Moore says eating nicotine lozenges like Smarties.
It's probably not good for you.
John Hammond asked me if I found a mealworm supplier. No, not yet. Don't put me off my vodka, says Ian Bottomley.
It's not. What's the one it's tequila, isn't it? That's got the worm in it.
Yes, I don't like tequila. Tequila does nasty things to you. It's not gin, basically. Yeah. So anyway, now we need something to talk about because we've done what we're doing.
About food.
We've done what we're doing. So this is your show, remember, folks. Think of this as like people sat around in the pub having a good old chinwag. This is your show. So for the love of dog, ask us questions. Give us things to talk about in the chat. Otherwise, we'll just sit here and go for another hour and a half.
We'll wait for Ted to say something.
Yes. Now, there is one thing you need to be aware of tonight. I haven't been allowed to do the what's in store.
We had complaints last week because Fox is rubbish.
Yeah, apparently I'm rubbish. So we've handed it over to normal people. So I have been in charge of.
You handed it over to me, but
yeah. There's a 50-50 chance it's me or him. So I wasn't allowed anywhere near that tonight. But I have chosen what we're giving away this week. So there you go.
Yes, so we have a what's in store to come up. We have the gallery to come up as well.
Yes.
Being early in the month, we've got together and cogitated and decided on a winner for the gallery this month.
Yeah. Did your brain just stop then in the middle of that sentence?
I was trying to think of words.
It's not easy, is it?
There's words and other words, but it's only the words that are important.
Words
so
are
yes,
hard. I like shopping.
we have gallery. We've got sticker and mugs to give away at some point, and there's no phone, so we can't get the phone call from the dove from above to find out about giving away anything new this week. So
I've picked something.
Picked something, and they haven't said no.
Yes,
eModels haven't said don't give anything away. So as far as we're concerned,
yes. Paul Davies says, sorry, must shoot. Just popped in to say hi, but early start tomorrow. Great show. Keep it up the good work. Thank you very much, Paul. Thank you for popping in.
Yeah, thank you. See you next
Come
week.
back next week.
Michael Jackman says he's going to RAF Murrum tomorrow to see the arrival of the F-35s.
Ooh, are they the new American ones that are the most expensive thing ever made or something?
I know. Tony Blackwell says, so in-store will be 1 to 144 scale.
I don't know. I've not seen what he's chosen.
We did that when I started on the team. Ted specifically chose 144 stuff as in honor of my arrival. So don't like to repeat ourselves too much.
Yeah, there is that. So yes, so I know what the theme is for tonight, but I don't know what the specific items are. I thought I'd leave it as a nice surprise.
Yeah.
One can only assume it's not as random as half a horse.
No.
I thought it was being fun and crazy last week.
No.
Oh, apparently the week before last when we gave away the little Mario helicopter, I saw the little feedback on the eModels Facebook page, and I apologize, I can't remember who it was that won it. They said that their kid loved it for 2 hours. then the dog got hold of it.
Yeah, so they probably don't come with a dog warning.
Yeah, warning, your dog will want to eat this.
Zadster was just looking for a 1/144 scale F-35. Can't find one in the store. No, because it'll only be this big.
Yeah.
They tend to be very big things and not any normal size vehicles because size.
You can get little tiny 1/144 scale planes, but they tend to be things that you put on ships, like on aircraft carrier kits and stuff.
There's a truck in 144. So, yeah.
That's not big, is it?
Not very big. The kits for 144 things, normal size things, don't tend to have very many parts to them. So, yeah.
Bluser is saying about the polishing again. He's saying thank you for the help. He's seen polishing machines used a lot and they gave a good finish, but he'll hold the investment off a bit and use a soft cloth then. Yeah.
James Chapman says, don't forget the giveaway. Yeah, we remembered about that.
Yeah, we
even remembered what it was.
Yeah, we did. Flying potato. Buffalo. So anyway, you guys in the chat and guys and girls, what have you been making? Let's turn the camera and the spotlight back on you. What have you guys been working on? Tell us with words and talking what you've been working on.
Well, tell us with typing, not the words, because we can't hear you.
Well, yeah, you have to tell us with the words that you type.
Tony Blackwell says, Chris, have you built 1/144 commercial airliners? No, not as yet. I've got one very old one that I got given in the stash, and my other space shuttle that I've got to build still is the one that comes on the back of the. Is it 737?
I think it's 737.
I can reach it. Yeah, 747.
747.
747. So that's technically a commercial plane. So yeah, I've got that to build at some point. But no, all right, I'm open to try anything. The last eModels build I did was the plane though, the Starlifter. So again, to mix it up a bit, I'd sort of probably steer away from aircraft. But see how many emails you can give to Ted.
Yeah.
See if he can break his phone
with half a working keyboard. It's just good that he can actually use my email address, because if I had a queue in my email address, he'd be knackered. Speedy Crate, I think they're still talking about polishing things. Speedy Crate says, if you check proper polishing machines for full-size vehicles, they're slow and usually DA operation with variable speed, but there's no small equivalent, and the tinier space allows them friction and heat too. I used to do car detailing, so I know all about DAs and machine polishers. You can't use a real-world dual-action polisher on a model, because that would just melt it. But you can get little attachments for Dremels and little handheld Dremel things with buffy pads and stuff on them. If it's got a variable speed and it can go very, very slowly, you can at a pinch use a small handheld Dremel with a buffy pad. But a lot of it is down to hand polishing with cloths. You can, although you can't use full-size dual action, and I've forgotten the other. It's been a few years now. I've forgotten the other type. There's dual action and there's the other type of orbital. That's it.
Single action.
Yeah, orbital, the pad just goes round like that. Dual action, the pad goes round like that, but on axis, so it goes round like that. I see. But yes, you can't use the real machines, but you can, if you've used a lacquer gloss varnish, you can actually use automotive polishes like Maguire's D300 and the finishing waxes and things like that, and automotive waxes, if you're making cars and things. So you can actually use real-world proper car products. You just don't want to use the polishing machines.
No, especially not on 144 stuff because
Yes,
they're a bit too big.
yes. And if you
lots
want,
of people saying about what they've been doing.
what have we got? What have we got? What have we got?
Wayne Hayward says he's still working on his Vercar Master Grade Gundam. I don't know what that means.
Vercar is version car. It means it's designed by Hajime Katoki or Katoki Hajime. It's a Gundam that is designed by that particular person. It has a certain look to it.
And Master Grade, they're the ones that are the 100th scale?
Yes.
See, I learned things.
It doesn't say which one it is, though. You've given us half the information there, Wayne. It's Master Grade version car, but which one?
No, the second one.
Yes. Vercars are the ones that come with water slide decals by default.
What else have we got? I did see other ones. They've all moved, and I haven't been watching the chat as normally as I do. Stream 13 is still working on his Ellen Products 1/100th. It's another Gundam-y thing. Kshatriya. Still waiting for the replacement battery. I don't know why you need a battery for it. It lights up, I assume.
Yes. I've got the high-grade Kshatriya up there. For those that don't know, it's a Gundam with 4 big things on it. It's awesome looking, but it's massive. And a couple of companies do like resin ones at 100 scale and smaller. It's a very big, very complicated resin and plastic kit, that one. It's very expensive as well. Let's have a look. Osric 9000 is building a 135th BTR-80.
I don't know what that is either.
No. Butcher That Model Dave is working on his starter kit FX T4 Provost that he's filming for his channel. It's worth watching because he's doing it as he's aiming it towards the absolute beginner who's like a kid, like 7 years old, never made a model before. So he's doing quite a real gentle introduction. It's quite good. Let's have a look. Who else have we got?
James Chapman is in the proceeds of building the Tokyo Drift Evo 8 and a Ferrari 599 GT two-tone. Two-tone would be quite interesting.
Yeah. Well, depending on what the tones are.
If he's doing it from Tokyo Drift, I assume it means the Fast and Furious film.
I don't know that film.
They're fun. The Fast and Furious films, they're enjoyable to watch because you don't have to use any intelligence to watch them at all. You just turn your brain off and open your eyes, and you just watch them.
I don't know about cars, so
yeah, they don't have to know about cars, but you watch them. I mean, in one of them, they drove out of the building from one high-rise building into another building. They're not realistic,
like you do.
Yeah.
When you've done detailing, car detailing, for a number of years, you kind of lose the interest in any interesting cars you ever had, because once you've worked on a Ferrari and a Lamborghini and all this, it just becomes a car that you've got to work on. And it's like my tattooist. I said to him once, all these people coming in exposing body parts. He said to me, it's just a canvas. Yeah, whatever. So I kind of lost any interesting cars I had when I had to work on them. Michael Jackson was doing a 1/32 F4U Corsair in BPF Fleet Air Arm markings. He's nearly finished it. Carnot Making Models has just finished his PBY Catalina, which is huge. I've seen the pictures of it. It's massive. And he's close to finishing the Revell Viper and the diorama. You can't go wrong with the Revell Viper. It's a very nice one.
Everyone's done a Revell Viper.
Yeah. A few version car kits come with stickers like the Master Grade Unicorn version car, says Stream. Yes, there is one or two. The Master Grade Unicorn is one, and it drove me nuts. Don't know why, but most of her cars come with water slides. That's their thing.
Spirit Q8 says if you use the 2K, make sure you have very good extraction system and a filtered mask. Yeah.
Yes, if you use
safety first.
Yes, if you use any automotive lacquers, whenever you spray anything, like I said before, whenever you spray anything, you should wear a mask, a respirator, and you should have extraction, because any kind of paint is going to damage your lungs. If you're using lacquers or automotive lacquers, you absolutely have to wear a respirator with vapors and fume protection, not just dust mask, because lacquer paints and automotive paints are very, very toxic. So you don't want to do it in a house where there's hundreds of kids running around. You want to shut the door, open the windows, get the spray booth on, then leave that. Once you've finished, leave that room and don't come back to the next day, because they stink and they're very, very harmful. So make sure you've got a mask, spray booth, and everything else.
James Chapman says, Fox, if you like parodies, Super Fast might be your thing. It's a Mick Taker Fast and Furious.
Okay, I could be up for that. Anything that takes a Mickey out of something like
Yeah,
that.
but then again, if you haven't seen the original that it's taken the mickey out,
Yeah,
of,
that's true.
it doesn't really count so much, does it?
Yeah, and I'm not really that keen on spoof films because every time you see a spoof film, like the ones that took the mickey out of those, I'm going to give up that whole conversation because I suddenly realize I don't know what I'm talking about. I want to reference a film, but I can't remember what it's called, and it was.
It makes it harder to reference things if you don't remember what they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah. Norman Long says, "Hello from down under. Not easy typing this as we're upside down, you know."
G'day, bro.
G'day.
She's right, mate. Let's have a look. Same issue with cooking. Going what I was saying about being a detailer or a tattooist earlier on. LD says, same with the cooking. I'm a chef and I hate cooking programs. When you do something for long enough, it's kind of like you don't fanboy over it anymore. I mean, when you're making models, I can still fanboy over a nice model that I've never made because I've never made it. If I made the same model day in, day out, like if I made 100 of something, I would not see that as anything exciting anymore. If I made the same model kit over and over and over again, I'd be like, whatever. So as a detailer, when I'm working on a Ferrari or a California comes in, or we had a 1977 Pontiac Firebird at one point, and I was fanboying all over it until I'd actually been working on it. And after a while, I'm like, I don't care anymore. It's a nightmare. So.
Yeah. Dave Barker says Airplane was one of the best spoof films.
Yes,
they don't make them like they used to. That's for sure.
Yeah, Police Squad. Yeah. The films were all right. The series was fantastic. If you've never watched the Police Squad TV series, which is where all those kind of spoof things came from, you have to go and watch Police Squad.
Yeah,
in color. Special guest star Lorne Green.
Yeah.
Speedy Quake says, I'm all for upsetting purists by swapping engines, etc. for giggles.
Yeah, we don't allow rivet counters.
Nah. Speedy Quake says, I love American muscle cars, though. Had to play my friend's Dodge Challenger when I visited them in California. Lovely. I love American muscle cars. I'm a big fan of American muscle cars. If I was going to make shiny cars, it would be American muscle cars. Because they looked fantastic. Modern cars are so boring compared to American muscle cars with the curves and the flowing lines and the air grabbers and the throat. It's just, that's been lost nowadays. It's all health and safety now. It's boring.
Yeah.
Lord Barkley III says, only 6 episodes.
I don't know what that's in relation to.
I'm assuming Police Squad. It might be right. It's kind of ironic.
All of these TV shows, they've got less episodes than you remember there being.
Yeah. Did you know Street Hawk only had 13 episodes?
Yeah, but it was a bit rubbish.
It was. I never forget watching Street Hawk once, and there's a bit where, for some contrived reason, Jesse Mark, an ex-motorcycle cop, he has to ride through an abandoned Wild West type town. Like you always see in this, it's like all the ramshackle wooden buildings, and I don't know why he's in this like Wild West frontier town, but he is. And he's riding through slowly trying to find someone, and there's a close-up of him with his helmet on, and there's a close-up of his helmet. I don't know why they did that, because all you can see in the visor in his helmet is the pickup truck that's in front of the motorbike with the camera crew in the back of the pickup truck filming him on the motorbike, which is obviously on a trailer attached to the pickup truck, and he's just like this. And I'm like, that's the dumbest thing. Why would you film it? I don't know.
Spiddick is saying, Chris, it was awesome. Apparently it wasn't awesome.
What was awesome?
Street Hawk.
It was awesomely not.
It wasn't Airwolf, was it?
No, but then again, it wasn't Manimal either, was it? So
Manimal was awesome.
Yeah, Manimal wasn't awesome.
Yes, well, there's probably only 4 episodes of that. But
what was the one that had the guy with the little sidekick called Cursor, and he had a car?
That was Automan.
Automan, that was it.
That was awesome.
Car that did 90-degree corners.
Yeah, I can't remember what the little. It was probably called Cursor, wasn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, he made his car and a helicopter and stuff. But yeah.
Somebody says, except Murder, She Wrote, which was over 1 million episodes. Yeah, I know, because Mum watches Murder, She Wrote every day.
She hasn't repeated
it. I've never seen her watching the same episode twice.
Yeah, Joanna Hammond says, remember also, man. Yeah, too slow. We already said it.
Yeah, no. But yeah, at the moment, in my house, it's either Murder, She Wrote, which is what you can hear from now, either Murder, She Wrote, Heartbeat, Lewis, Morse, Endeavour, and there's something else that's usually on as well. But she avidly watches the original Coronation Street from like 1980. They're running them on one of the channels.
When it's 1960, that's not the original.
Yeah, the 80s ones, Jack and Veer and all that lot. And I hate soap operas, but even I sit down and watch them because they're so good. The old 80s ones, it's like proper script writing.
Blue Thunder.
Blue Thunder. I didn't like Blue Thunder. It was just it was a pale imitation of Airwolf.
I think it was first though, wasn't it?
I know, but it's still a pale imitation. Even though it had Ray Scheider in it, it still wasn't as good.
They never did a series of Blue Thunder, did they? That was just a film.
No, they did a series, I think. I'm sure they did. I could be wrong.
Jerry Moore says Columbo.
Yep, one more thing.
And Tony Blackwell says, "Be careful, Fox. She's planning something."
Yeah, watching things like Murder, She Wrote and
How to Get Away with Murders. Yeah,
she's having thoughts. The best bit about the pilot of Street Hawk was the jump at the start. A fully kitted HD cruiser changes to a dirt bike painted like an American police motorbike. Yeah.
Didn't they do that in Chips a lot as well?
Yeah, Chips was good. I used to like Chips as a kid. Speedy Crate says Blue Thunder the movie was great. The series sucked.
Yeah, so there was a series thing.
I knew we'd get onto 80s TV. I knew our people in chat would steer us in the right direction eventually.
Yeah, we'll get there.
But Murder, She Wrote, man. I could watch Murder, She Wrote if it wasn't for all the shoulder pads.
Tony Blackwell says Guyver was good. Do you mean MacGyver? Or Guyver was a Japanese robot thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember. It was also a TV series, Guyver. Because it was The Guyver, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Unless it means MacGyver.
MacGyver was great. He'd just lock him up anywhere, it'd be better than the A-Team.
Yeah, that was Richard Dean Anderson. Of course it's
I'm going to make my way out of this locked room with nothing but this tube of toothpaste and a pebble.
Always a paperclip. But if it's got Richard Dean Anderson in it, it's going to be good. That's why I love Stargate.
Yeah,
I did try watching the new MacGyver. It was kind of boring. I think because it wasn't Richard Dean Anderson, basically. It was like, it's kind of boring.
Yeah, well, the new Knight Rider was a bit rubbish. Let's say new. It's like 5 years ago, but
I think I made an executive decision to avoid watching that because I knew it would be.
Yeah.
Skipper Ted says, "What about all the private detective shows? That's the ex-copper in him coming out."
Yeah, when she starts watching all the CSIs, you want to get worried.
Oh God, no, she don't watch that. She doesn't watch that. She's like, "Oh no, I don't watch that rubbish." The Rockford Files. Oh. Can't go wrong with the Rockford Files.
Timber says Tales of the Unexpected.
I've got that tune in my head now.
Yeah, I knew that would happen.
The thing you remember is I have an extensive collection of TV themes on my PC, like hundreds of hours of TV themes, and it's like, yeah, I've now got Tales. It's the worst piece of music ever written, but it sticks.
James Chapman says Knight Rider, the original, was better than the remake. Yeah, I don't think anybody will argue that.
Pretty much everything's better than the original.
Simon D says, anyone remember Otherworld?
No.
Tell us more about Otherworld.
Yes. Starfleet, says Earl D. Starfleet. I've got that theme in my head now as well.
Starfleet. I don't know.
That was the one with the puppets and the giant thing that looked like a big fat pregnant X-wing as the ship that also became a robot.
Oh right. It wasn't the police one, was it? That was
No. That was
Precinct, whatever,
Space
or something.
Precinct.
Space Precinct, yeah.
Yes. In my planned builds for the future, one I want to do is there was a toy released of the Space Precinct police cruiser about this big, and what I want to do one day is kind of find one, get it, and paint it up and mod it a little bit to make it accurate and paint it up to make it into a proper Demeter City flying police cruiser because it looks mint. It looks like it's a mint vehicle. Terrible series.
Spirit says, way back when we had Sky TV, we used to watch Stargate, but the screen format was wrong. Yeah, Stargate was one of the first series that actually filmed in 16:9.
Yeah, it was. I love Stargate. I can't watch Universe, but I can. I've just been through SG-1 and Atlantis, and I love both of those. I like Universe. It's just a bit too grim and dark.
It's too short as well. They could have done more.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I like the ensemble and the comedy.
It was just getting there.
It didn't have that.
No.
Yeah.
Right. Simon D says Otherworld. It was about a family who travels to a parallel universe. Okay. No.
I don't recognise that, but now I'm remembering Sliders.
The premise is obviously quite popular, but I don't remember the series. No.
Yeah, but I'm just remembering Sliders now.
Yeah, that was often forgotten. Yeah, that was different.
I used to love Sliders. Sliders was great.
Ted says Randall and Hopkirk and the Champions.
Yeah, Randall and Hopkirk deceased. I actually quite like the remake with Vic and Bob, actually.
Yeah, that was different.
I quite liked it. And Tom Baker as God, apparently. Yeah. Land of the Giants. Tony Black was on a retro kick. Joanne Hanna says Stargate was great until season 9 and 10. I didn't mind it.
Yeah. Ben Bowder's all right.
Yeah, that's our TV talk for the evening, I think.
Fantastic journey. Going a bit back before my time now.
That was just a movie, wasn't it? Where they shrunk him down and went inside the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked the sort of remake of that. That was Inner Space. That was
Rick Moranis and that lot.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Nah, didn't work.
Ian Bottley says Quantum Leap was the best.
Oh, Quantum Leap.
Yeah.
Quandary Heap.
Got the theme tune of that in your head now, hasn't you?
Yep, I've got that one. I've got the soundtrack. It's actually quite good.
The Prisoner. It's Patrick McGowan.
Did anybody hear that?
We heard. I couldn't make out what it was.
Mum shouted, "The Prisoner!" Patrick McGowan.
The Prisoner. Yeah, the original giant white ball.
Yep. Rover, the white ball was called. I am not a number. I am a free man. You are number 6. That thing. Cagney and Lacey. Good God, there's one. We've gone Atlantic now.
Put another chair in. Come on, there's room in the corner.
Oh, she didn't want people to tell me. I used to love Cagney. I was like 14 and I used to love Cagney and Lacey. I don't know why.
Oh, Sapphire and Steel says.
Oh, that was so bad. I've got that theme in my head now. Sapphire and Steel was so bad.
And Zed says Evening Fox's mum.
Evening Fox's mum. The thing about Sapphire and Steel that I loved was that it was a British TV show and they tried to write what they thought was like American cop show music.
Yeah.
But it wasn't because it was British drama cop show music and it didn't work.
He was American, wasn't he?
Yes, he was the guy that always
the American guy.
Yeah, he always plays the American guy. He's always in like Poirot and stuff as well.
Yeah. Sergeant Bones says, ask your mum if she remembers Peter Gunn, Fox.
Well, we'll find out in a minute because she's watching downstairs. Fantastic Journey was the scientists enter a time warp in the Bermuda Triangle. I thought that was the one where Fantastic Journey was the one where... Oh, it's Fantastic Voyage, where they go inside the body.
Prisoner Cell Block H.
Yep.
As Vickers says. Yeah, my mum used to watch that.
Yeah, I used to watch. Mum says no, she didn't know whatever that thing was that she asked if we knew. I used to love the original. I have fond memories of sitting at home at midnight doing my geology homework, watching Prisoner Cell Block H.
Geology?
Yeah, we had geography and geology.
Really?
Or any homework. It was usually geography and geology, but it could have been something else.
I did geology wasn't a subject that they taught us at school.
I did geology A level. I'll have you know. I got a B.
A B in geology?
Yeah,
I loved it. You know so much about mud.
Hey?
That's why you know so much about mud.
Mud and rocks. Yeah, I had to go to St. David's in Wales and do a big study of the history of the area by looking at all the curvy rocks and stuff. It was loads of fossils. Great stuff. I think it was because I wanted to get into paleontology because I loved that. And geology was a gateway, but I never went there. I never kind of progressed it. I used geology. Geology was great. Chemistry scared me, and maths was... I was allergic to maths.
Oh, it's a bit saying about Firefly. Yeah, that was very good.
Yeah, I actually watched it, and it was quite good.
Well, I liked it. It could have gone better if it had got more. The film sort of didn't do anything for me.
No, Farscape. Oh, love Farscape.
Farscape's very good. All of that. Yeah. Get them all on DVD sitting over just behind you.
It was what?
I've got all the DVDs of Farscape sitting just behind you. I can see them over there.
Oh yeah,
including the Peacekeeper Wars.
I can see your back wall from here.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are we doing? Somebody's mentioned Sally James. It's all gone wrong. I knew it'd be Dave Barber.
Zadster brings us back on track. He says there's some really good Babylon 5 models around.
I never liked Babylon 5.
I never watched it. I didn't purposefully not watch it. I just didn't and haven't.
I tried watching it and it was like, I don't know, it just felt like typical hospital drama type quality, but in a sci-fi series. I don't know. I was a Star Trek guy.
He liked the recent one, Under the Dome. That was quite cool. That was a strange one where the dome just appeared and half a plane in it and stuff and things.
Okay.
And it was all butterflies and stuff.
Didn't that get killed off after a couple of seasons as well?
Yeah, I think it did 2 seasons of that. But the first one started really well and then they sort of lost their way. A lot of these things do, don't they?
That's true. Sergeant Bowen says he's a Yank and he only likes the Cars and the Dukes of Hazzard. The series sucked. Heresy. Heresy.
There's probably only 4 episodes of that as well.
Yeah, heresy. Oh, Roscoe P. Coltrane. best actor America ever produced. The guy that played Roscoe. Cute. I don't know. Right, well, we're going for an hour.
I can say it's an hour, isn't it? Yeah.
Should we do a handbrake turn and do some things? Well, we've got to do what's in store. We've got to do the giveaways and that. So what do you fancy doing first? You fancy doing the what's in store first, or should we do the competitions and giveaways?
We'll do what's in store. We'll get that out of the way as soon as you don't know what it is.
Now, I've had no involvement in this, folks. You can't complain if it's all random weirdness like Half a Horse.
Yeah,
I thought that Half a Horse was brilliant. I thought it was a work of genius, but you guys didn't like it, so.
All right, I shall figure out how to share my screen to people. So if it all goes hideously wrong, it's Fox's fault.
Yes, I remember Andromeda, James Chapman. I just don't remember thinking it was that good.
Right, I shall go quiet while I'm sorting out my screen. So you
lock
can
it on you because I've got to lock it, haven't I? It is locked on you while you're looking into your screen.
Find it. There it is. Right. Okay. This.
What is the theme for tonight, Paul? Chris?
My theme is because it's been nice the last couple of days. I thought we'd go for sunshine.
Got to do it. There you go.
Right.
That was probably too quiet, wasn't it?
That was a bit quiet, but it's okay. People know what people can do it themselves now. They don't have to worry about it.
What nonsense have you got for us, Christopher?
Well, I've started off with sunshine. So we started off with some super realistic laser cut sunflowers.
Ooh, I've used the ferns.
I was going to say these are very similar to your ferns, I think.
Yeah, they're really fiddly to cut out, but they look fantastic when you get them out. They're like made of. It's almost like thick tissue paper, and you think you're going to rip it when you pull them out. And it takes a while to get your head around which bits to cut. But they're basically it's almost like a fret of photo etch, but it's this weird paper. And you cut them out and they're fantastic. They look great. But I've not used the sunflowers, but yeah, I can imagine they would be rather pretty.
Yeah, well, you get 18 sunflowers in this pack. So, there's probably about 4 of them you're going to break trying to figure out what you're doing with them.
They're quite you've still got plenty. Paper. When I did the ferns, you basically get 2 big ferns and a load of bits of leaves.
So only $6.95 for 18 sunflowers.
Yeah, and if I remember rightly, those ones, the packs they do with flowers and things and leaves and stuff, they're all kind of generally 1/35th, 1/48, 1/35th.
Well, it actually says the optimum for scales are 1/48, 1/35th, and 1/32nd.
That's exactly what I just said.
You can obviously get away with quite a lot of different scales with those because sometimes they're bigger than others.
Yeah, but they do ferns and they do like leaves, just random leaves and little flowers and things. So if you are doing diorama stuff and you need some vegetation, don't just go for the little blobs of grass that you can stick down and mats of grass. Do check out some of their flowers and foliage because there is some good stuff out there.
Yeah, it makes it just stand out a little bit more and a little bit different.
Yeah, good call on that one, I think.
Right, next up we have the 148 F4B VF111 Sundowners.
See what you're doing with
it's a plane, and it's got a shark mouth, so you can't go far wrong with it.
Oh, shark mouth! Although it looks weird because it's kind of halfway up the nose. It looks, I don't know, it should be further down, but yes.
No, it's not. It's okay. Well, it's 45 quid, but I say it's quite a nice kit. There's lots of.
What scale is it?
It is 1/48.
Oh, so it'd be nice and big as well.
So it's a decent size. I don't think it says what size it is, but
it's about 48 times smaller than the real thing.
It's got 3 lifelike pilot figures included.
Wait, 3?
3 figures. I don't know why you need 3 pilots.
I'm not expert on planes, but I'm pretty sure there were 2 seats. Or am I wrong?
It looks like there's 2 seats on there, but maybe you get a spare in case one of them falls off. Or
it could be a standy up figure, I suppose.
Someone putting the rockets on.
Yeah.
Don't know. I mean, if you go and buy the box art thing, then there's a guy standing down in the corner waving his arms around.
Oh, doing the little wavy.
So it might be doing the wavy off. Off you go that way.
The little man doing his Bez routine with the nightclub sticks.
Yeah,
glow sticks.
So he's got them one of them radio headsets on, so he's just listening to FM.
Wait, so it's Radiohead and not Mank? Okay,
yeah, might be.
Not clubbing. But the thing is, the Phantom is one of those planes that you, like we often say about like seminal kits that you have to do. If you're doing ships, at some point you've got to do a Titanic or a Graf Spee. If you're doing planes, at some point you kind of have to do a Phantom. It's kind of one of the sort of rite of passage kits, and it is an awesome. I mean, I'm not into planes, but even I can see, even I know.
It's very strange in that it looks very thin.
Yeah.
It looks like it's a normal plane, and someone just squished it up a bit.
Yeah, it's gone a bit squidgy.
So,
but you can see where the lineage is with those, and you got all the other planes from that era that the US used up until, you know, like the Northrops and, you know, the radar plane. They've all got like the same kind of feel to them. But it is a classic. It's a classic plane design. You can't really go wrong. At some point, if you'd like your planes, you kind of have to do a Phantom. And Academy do some
size for that 48. So
yeah, and Academy do very, very good kits. So give it a check it out.
Yeah.
Tony Blackwell says that's going to be a big kit. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thing is, if I made that, I wouldn't use the shark mouth decal. I'd paint my own on it, but then I put a shark mouth on every single missile as well, on the fuel pods. I'd maybe put shark mouths on the air intakes and maybe on the pilots' helmets.
Yeah, on the pilots' heads.
Yeah, and then I'd just put shark mouths on the wheels and the tires and the tail and everything else.
You might have gone a little bit too far there.
Yeah, I took it too far, didn't I?
Right, next up we have the Hasegawa 124th Nissan Sunny.
I see where you're going with it. I like this now.
It's a Nissan Sunny.
Yeah,
the long-bodied Dulux. I don't know why it's Dulux. It's, you know, just better than the
Is that a truck cab with a flatbed at the back?
Yeah.
Cool. I didn't even know they made one. I didn't even know that such a thing existed.
It's
I didn't even know that was the thing. That's awesome. It's got like the canvas thing over the back.
Yeah.
See, I have to admit to having a little bit of a soft spot for like some of the old Datsuns and Nissans, because they're kind of what I saw growing up in the 70s and 80s. And they were kind of exotic in those. And when I was a kid, Japanese cars were mysterious and exotic, even though they were probably terrible.
Yeah.
But that's like a nice... Who's made this one?
Still around as well. This was Hasegawa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, so 36.95. And, yeah, I thought it'd be interesting. You could put shark mouth on that as well, if you like.
I would put shark mouth all over that. And it's one of those vehicles that, because it's kind of a utility vehicle, it'd be nice to make it as a shiny car, but it'd also be nice to go into a diorama and get it all weathered up. And it's also one of those vehicles that you could kind of get away with if you're doing one of those what seem to be popular right now, with the kind of set somewhere in the Middle East or Afghanistan type modern day combat dioramas.
Yeah, you can see that with someone with a rocket launcher sitting in the back, couldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's not quite what they'd use as a technical nowadays, because it'd all be like the current Hilux and things, but you could set it in the 70s. You could have it in the who was it that was attacking Afghanistan the first time? Was that Russia?
I don't know.
Was Russia in the 70s and 80s? I don't know. 100 Days War and all that stuff. I can't remember. But yeah, I like that. I like the design. I like the design of sort of 80s and 70s Japanese vehicles. They kind of
some character to it, isn't it?
Yeah. It was when the American design, sort of classic Coke bottle curves, started to fade away. Tony Blackwell says Mountain M50 in there.
Yeah.
Billy says yes, those trucks always look great weathered. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too shiny without, but yeah.
But you could make it shiny if you wanted. But yeah, I like that. I like that.
Right, next up we have the Revel 172nd Sunseeker.
I see what you're doing here.
Luxury yacht.
Ooh. Now
so
this
with air, road, and now sea.
Now the question is, how long is this yacht in real? I'll do some maths. How long is this yacht in real life, do we think?
It doesn't say.
If you were to
32 meters long. There you go.
32 meters. What's that in feet? That's
lots.
90
3
feet.
times that. It's about 100, yeah.
100 feet. Divide that by 3. It's 33 times longer than Pete Mate's luxury 3-foot yacht.
What, the model kit is, or the actual thing?
They're probably both.
Yeah, so that's
probably dead now, because we haven't mentioned Pete and his 3-foot luxury yacht in months.
It's got an interior.
Oh, look at that. Oh yes. Now I do know for a fact that Pete Mate does like his boats and yachts and things. We joke about his luxury 3-foot yacht, but Pete Mate is a big boat guy. He does like his boats and things.
Well, it's a little boat guy.
Well, he's not little. Pete's actually quite tall. But he likes his boats and his yachts and stuff. So I can imagine that will be something that Pete Mate will be interested in.
Yeah, I mean the real thing's probably a several £1 million worth of yacht, isn't it? So
yeah.
You're not going to get one of them.
Going, yeah, I looked at one of those. Michael Jackerman says his pizza's arrived, so I'll get the crickets out soon.
Yeah, we'll get them lined up soon. Yeah.
Joanna Hammond says, I think everyone has attacked Afghanistan at some point.
Quite possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
For good reasons, though, not just because they want the oil.
Well, yeah. Going back to the kit, though, I have to admit, I can't say I've seen many kits of luxury yachts. Maybe it's just because I don't actually do ships and boats, but it does seem unusual to have a kit of a civilian luxury water vehicle.
Well, I don't know. There was a kit. The last one was a civilian car. So,
well, no, people do models of civilian cars, but it's not often
people do models of boats. There's lots of boats out there. Yeah,
in real life. Cool.
Yeah, models as well.
Oh, okay.
Right. Next up, we have
something
smaller. Sunny Flesh.
An
oil brusher. Now I've used the Starship Filth in the oil brusher, and it works really well. I've not used any of the normal colours and paints and things, but I think they'll be all right.
Yeah, that's the kind of colour that you wouldn't necessarily use that as a flesh colour, but it's a kind of colour that would be a really nice colour to use for things like streaking, either over green vehicles, because sometimes you're very light greys and your sort of yellow tinged pale flesh color type things are very good for streaking over green vehicles, or even desert vehicles, because it's a slightly different tone to the whatever color you've painted it.
eModels themselves say this color can be used to create shadows, smoke effects, and grease streaks, perfect for darkening other colors.
There you go.
So there
I should have let you just read that bit out first, shouldn't I?
the oil brushes themselves are actually really great because they're just just enough paint in there, but it comes with a little brush that's on the end of the cap.
Yep.
So you can literally just pull it out. Look, they're painting a Transformer.
They're painting that's a Strike Gundam. I know a Strike Gundam anywhere. I recognise that foot.
How small a bit would you have to see before you knew what it was?
I can identify a kit by a gunpla by certain parts sometimes. I can definitely, if you put a piece in front of me, I can say that's apart from the shoulder.
I bet Ted knows what tank that is as well.
Yeah, Ted will know what that is. But the oil brushes are just really good because instead of like mixing all your custom colours and then getting a brush and having to clean the brush and get your pot of paint and having a tube of paint, if you just want to do little details here and there, oil brushes are great because there's no mess, because if you take the lid off and tip it up, the paint doesn't come out.
Yep, I've noticed
that. Yeah, they've got like a self-sealing lid. So.
Yeah, so for a little bit of, I wouldn't go and paint obviously a large area with it, but
no, they're more.
It's ideal for streaking and things like that.
Yeah, they're more of a weathering tool than anything else. It just takes the difficulty and hassle out of using tubes of oil paint and putting a ton of paint on the palette and using a molecule and throwing the rest away.
Yep. And the last thing I've chosen this week is
Northwest Modeler says Foxx has a foot fetish when it comes to Gundam feet. Yes, I do.
Yeah, probably right. One that Foxx mentioned earlier, actually, the Datsun.
Yes,
because it's Sun. It's got sun.
I see what you did there.
See,
that is a nice car.
125th, 1980 Datsun.
Yeah, that's the Japanese trying to make inroads into the American market, and probably doing quite well out of it. That's kind of a classic there.
Yeah, there's no other pictures of this one, unfortunately, but you can imagine what it's going to look like.
I can't remember if that was one of the ones that had like the Wankel rotary engine, or if that was the Nissans. I can't remember.
I don't know about that.
That's the only thing I remember about some of the early Japanese cars is the Wankel rotary engine. Because when you're 15 or 14
or 35,
yeah, somebody giggles.
I only picked it because of the name.
Smooth says that's fugly.
It's not a pretty car, no.
Mazda a rotary, says Zadster.
It's got a sort of Porsche 911 look to the front, but without the
kind of crossbred with a Pontiac of some sort.
They've taken the nice bits and thrown them away and just left with the rest.
Spid says it was a straight 6.
Okay.
In that. I know what that means.
It's got 6 things in it, and they're straight.
Yes, they're not in a V shape. Everybody's saying it was the Mazda that had the Wankel engine.
Okay, everybody
knows.
Which
was revolutionary, and nobody really adopted it. So, but I like that. That's kind of got it's like a hodgepodge between the sort of American stylings and the sort of Japanese in making their inroads into the American market, and like you say, a little bit of Porsche in there as well. I quite like that look. It's a nice kind of cross of Coke bottle curves and Japanese. Style's not the word. The Japanese cars, they didn't really have that kind of style, but they had a certain look to them.
And that was what's in store. So if you like anything there, slap it in your basket and buy it.
Yep.
And that'll be that.
Yeah. Now, as we always say, we don't know how many of each of these in stock that, and they said Europe then, that Europe has. We don't know how many of these there are in Europe. We don't know how many eModels have in stock. So it could be 1, it could be 100. So if any of those do take your fancy, get it in there now. While you're watching the stream, get it in your basket and get it checked out. Because like we always say, it's not yours until you've actually done the paying for it bit. So you can have it in your basket, but if you leave it, somebody else will come along and put that order through and buy it. That's how online commerce works. So if you like it and you want it, like, I need that in my life right now, get it in your basket. As Ted would say. Oh, he's not here, is he?
No. You can type it in chat. It's fine.
Ted, can you type it in chat and we'll just sit here in silence and wait for you? Hang on. Give him a second. Give him a second.
I'm pretty sure they'll have a few of the oil brushes in stock, but the kit's probably less.
But yeah, slap it in your basket, as Ted would say. If you want any of those, get them now while you're watching, because you can't guarantee it'll still be there by the time you check out if you leave it to the end of the show. Yeah, well done. That wasn't random or bizarre in any way, shape, or form.
No. We'll have to take a vote at the end and find out if they prefer my what's in store or your what's in store. And
could you not at least have got one kind of bifurcated animal of some sort?
No, there's far too much of that, and people complained.
But it had bones and organs and tubes and squidgy bits and everything.
I don't think they're squidgy. They're made out of plastic.
I mean, who doesn't want half a horse? Come on. I don't know.
There we go. Just slap it in your basket.
There you go. Thanks, Ted.
I think Ted might need to buffer a little bit. He's behind the times.
Yes. Ted. Well, he's on mobile, don't forget.
This is also...
then again, with his phone and the way his keyboard doesn't work, it might just take him that long to type it out.
It's got no cues in it. We should give him a new catchphrase that's got Q in it.
Yeah. Some kind of French phrase that has lots of cues in it. Yeah. So anyway, yes. Well, thank you for that. Good stuff. That was what's in store. So I don't know how to segue from that. So we'll just should we just handbrake turn into the next bit?
You can give away a sticker.
Yeah, should we do some sticker giveaways? Right. So I'm gonna do some giveaways. I've got 3 questions in the email to ask. Before we do any of it, if you've never been on one of these streams before, we basically put a question to the people in the chat, and the first person to type in the correct answer wins a sticker or a mug, depending on which it is. If you're watching on a device and you can't see the live chat, don't panic. If you click on the little YouTube icon, it's down here somewhere in the player. That will take you to the YouTube page where you should see the live chat on the right-hand side. Do come and join in. It's a really good fun in the chat. Everybody's having a laugh. They're all good mates, and they're all nutters like we are. So come and join in anyway. Before we do it, though, by this time of the stream, there's usually a bit of a lag between... Oh, hang on. But Dave Wiserum Gambaka says, I like the horse Foxx.
Yeah, but just above that, Michael Jackerman said, Ted, send him the list for what's in store next week.
Oh, what was wrong? Chris's was fine. Chris's list was good. I don't know. These people's never happy, are they? I don't know. Who doesn't want half a horse? Dave liked it, so therefore I'm vindicated. So anyway, yes, there's often, by about an hour in, there's often a bit of a lag between the video and the chat. So before we do anything, I'll take a swig of water. Everybody watching, please just hit the refresh button on your browser.
Well, you actually have a request as well. Rusting Custom Model says, eat a cricket, Fox. So you can be doing that while people...
I'll do that when you've refreshed your browser. Everybody hit refresh. Everybody look at the moon and hit refresh. We'll just sit here in silence while you do it. Fingers on lips. Are you hitting refresh? I can't hear you hitting refresh.
You won't hear it. It doesn't make any noise.
Sergeant Bone says, I like the horse too. That's 2 people. See, 2 people. And therefore that vindicates everything I did.
Complaints.
Yes.
And Points of View wrote to us. And
yeah, dear Points of View. Right to Points of View, BBC Pebble Mill, London.
Offended at eModels.co.uk.
Yes. It's okay, I've finished the pizza now. Really? How fast do you eat a pizza, or was it like
you said it was going to be delivered 10 minutes ago, wasn't it?
Wow. Kenneth says the horse was awesome. That's 3 people. 3 people have vindicated me. Right, I'm doing that. I'm doing what's in store next week.
You can do what's in store next week.
Yes, random nonsense. Right. So we're going to do some giveaways. So we have 3 questions, and I will eat a cricket at the end. We have 3 questions. I think we've got more than 3 questions now. What should we do first? Should we do a sticker first of all? Would you be the demonstration dolly with the stickers, dear boy?
1 sticker.
Right.
They stick on things. You can peel off the backing and stick it to stuff.
Yes. It's almost like it's an adhesive sticker of some sort. Right. So we have a question. Now, what we'll do is we'll ask the question. Don't answer until I say go. That's the important bit. And then we will pick the first person to do that answer. Now, bear in mind, your chat looks different to ours. We see the chat that the order that YouTube receives the text in. So the first one we see that's right is the first one that YouTube's received. You see it tailored to you, so you don't actually see it in the real order. So that's why sometimes it doesn't quite match up to what you see.
When you type yours in, you see it come up on your screen straight away, but it's still got to get to them and then get back to us before it comes in. So someone might have done it just before you, but you won't think it's just before you.
We see it in the order that YouTube actually receives them. So anyway, let's have a look. Right, the first...
Ted says, can he answer this week? No.
No. Because you sent me the question, you spoon. Now, with all these giveaways with stickers and mugs, if you've already got a sticker and a mug or either, and you want another one, you are more than welcome. Just join in, and we'll send you more stickers and more mugs. If you've already got stickers or mugs, and you don't want more, don't answer the question so somebody else can have a chance. And everybody whose question we ask tonight will win a sticker as well. So you need to send us your name and address. So the first question we have sent to me from Tedwick McSkipperton via his email service is from Redlen08, Glenn Philo. And he says, remember, wait till I say go. He says, here is a question. The model making company AMT, makers of Star Trek models, etc. What does AMT stand for? Go. Now remember, we don't fact check these. We just wait till somebody gives the same answer that we've got on our screens here.
Does it look believable though?
Well, it's definitely got the right letters. So there you go. So
Ted said he didn't look at the answers.
What does AMT stand for? Everybody's Googling right now because nothing's coming new.
SpitterQ8 says, let Ted play, you're so mean.
Yeah. Spit says, average modelling trash, American Model Trust. We have a winner.
Toys.
Making models. Carl says, aluminium model toys. Well done.
But is it American? Is it aluminum?
It's aluminum. He's actually put aluminum.
Aluminium.
He has actually put aluminum. Now, in the original thing, he has put aluminium model toys, but being an American, it would have been aluminum. So I have to give Carl extra points for spelling it right as well. So there you go, Carl. Send an email to ted@emodels.co.uk with your name and address, and we'll send you some stickers. As well, Redlen08, I think we've got yours anyway because you won a prize, but again, send Ted another email with your name and address. If you've mailed this before and had stickers before, what we do is, excuse me, we use your name and address to send them out, and then we delete the email. Just for the GPDR, whatever it is at the minute, the new rules are, just to let you know, we don't keep those emails, we don't keep your name and address for any reason. So even if you've won something before, send us your details again. For one reason, we won't know what they are. And for two, we just go through the emails and send, right, there's a sticker gone out. We use the list of emails as the who we need to send stuff to list. So if you win any of these, make sure to mail your name and address.
And what you've won.
Yes. Oh, do say what you've won because we won't remember. And if it's a prize,
we will remember if you say it's the Dora. We will remember. No, it wasn't.
Yeah. If you say it's a sticker, we'll send you a sticker. If you say it's a kit that you've won, we have to send it to the guys at eModels, and they won't have a clue. So well done. That's that one. Ted, can you keep these emails because I'll delete them off mine, or do you want me to keep them? I don't know. I'll keep them anyway. Right. That was for the sticker. Shall we do and mug?
And mug? Yes. We haven't got the new mugs. We can only model the old mugs.
Yeah, because nobody sent us the new mugs yet.
We've been hinting for weeks, and no.
I don't think Pete Mate has us on his big 75-inch kitchen TV anymore.
You don't think?
No, because I've said for 3 or 4 weeks now. I haven't been sent a new eModels mug yet to show off. So,
well, when I ask them for my next kit, I'll mention the lack of new mug.
Yeah,
we ran out last week.
Yeah. So anyway, this is for our mug. So again, as before, if you've already got a mug, you're more than welcome to have another mug. I think eModels guys actually have the mugs in stock. You can go and buy a mug on the website if you want. If you want to buy one, by the way, eModels are selling them at cost. So they're selling them for like £8 something. That's exactly what they pay from the manufacturer to buy them. So they're not making a profit on these. They're selling them exactly as what they buy them for. So if you don't win one, you can go and grab one yourself.
Oh, Sergeant Bones says he's got us on his 50-inch TV right now. So.
Ooh, do we have to go close up like this?
No, we don't go until not to go close up. He said.
Hang on. I've got to do it.
Oh dear.
Hang on.
No, you're not in the middle anymore. You've got to move. Left a bit.
I can't do the thing as well. It's not zoomed in all the way. It's all gone wrong. Comedy fail. Gordon's alive. Yeah, that would have worked if it wasn't.
Yeah, it would have worked if you'd have thought no.
Yeah, if I hadn't messed it up. Right. Next question. This is for @mug and mug. Your website 192 visits. That's not the right email. Hang on. There we go. Right. Here we go. This is from. This is from. This is from Jamie Bone. And the question is, remember, wait till I say go. He says, "Hi Ted, I have a question for the giveaway. Question is, who won the Italian MotoGP race yesterday?" I assume this was a few days ago. Who won the Italian MotoGP race on the 3rd of June? That's the question. Go. I wouldn't have a clue.
3rd of June was yesterday, by the way.
Okay, yes. Sergeant Bone says apparently my beard is very lifelike. I've been putting washes through it. So who won the Italian MotoGP?
We've got answers.
What the name of the person?
We've got names. I don't know if they're the right names.
The first answer that's right is, I've got to remember it now, is I shall give it to Wayne Haywood, who says Lorenzo. It was Jorge Lorenzo. So, well done. Oh, excuse me, I got the burps. I don't know why. Wayne Haywood, well done. You've won yourself a mug. So pop an email to ted@emodels.co.uk with your name and address. Include a phone number as well, just in case you need to put that on the shipping thing. And Jamie as well, send Ted an email because you'll get a sticker for asking the question. So there you go. Well done.
It's nice to keep Ted in the loop with the emails. It makes him feel like he's still part of the team.
Yeah. Slacker. Should we do another sticker?
Oh, you're feeling generous with your stickers, are you?
I know. Well, we've got like a load of questions in the queue.
Another question. Okay.
Should we do one more? We'll do one more. See what happens when it's left to me and Chris. You get more. You see,
I've got a sticker. There's a sticker.
Yeah. See, I'm trying to get them on our side, Chris, by giving them more. You see, bread and circuses.
Yeah. Look what we give you. What did Ted give you? Nothing.
He gave you one sticker and one mug. We give you 2 stickers and 1 mug. Bread and circuses. We'll do one more then for another sticker. Okay. Oh no, that's actually a suggestion for a kit.
You can't just give up now. You've got to do another sticker. You just said you would.
Here we go. We have a question from Goin Moores, and this is for a sticker. And the question is, he's actually sent 3, but we use one of them because I'm not doing 6. He says, question, who invented the airbrush?
Ooh,
Go.
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's a very good question. There's actually 3 questions about airbrushes.
I'm assuming it was a Mr. Airbrush. Or was it Aries?
Airbrush.
Airbrush.
Sergeant Bone says the answer is, oh, Canada. Something, something, something. I'll give you a clue. It's not actually a sort of a manufacturer name. It's a person's name. Well, it might be a manufacturer. I don't know, actually. I'll shut up.
Just keep reading because I don't know the answer, so I don't know when someone gets it right.
I assume it's a person's name. It sounds like a person's name.
Roger says a badger.
James. Oh, no, hang on. No, my apologies. The answer, correct one, is Carl at Making Model says Abner Peeler.
Oh.
Yeah, the answer is Abner Peeler. So, Carl, well done. Bob Ted, and who won the first sticker? It doesn't matter. Didn't Carl win the first one? I don't know.
No, he didn't.
Good, just checking. Doesn't matter.
I'm sure it wasn't.
We'll send you 2 stickers. We don't mind. Anyway, yes. So the winner was Abner Peeler, or the answer was Abner Peeler. So Carl, well done. Send Ted the email with the address, and we'll get that sent out to you. Remember, if you won the mug, say I won a mug. If you won the sticker, say I won a stickers. The only reason is, like I say, we send this off to the guys at eModels to send you a mug. We send you the stickers out ourselves because Pete Mate kindly sent me, Ted, and Chris a load of stickers.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You got to send me the stamps.
Yes. If you're in the UK, we'll probably get those posted out in the next day or 2. I need to buy some envelopes. If you're outside the UK, it takes a little longer because one of us has to go to the post office, and we all live hundreds of miles from post offices. So we usually do in batches once every few weeks. So if you're outside the UK, it might take a little longer for you to get your sticker.
Spidiq8 says that Abner Peeler's brother Potato was more well known.
Ah, yes. Carl says, can you have one of mine instead? Yeah. Just put that in send it to Ted anyway. Or in fact, just send me, you know how to contact me. So send me a message and I'll send you one. Send me a message with your name and address and we'll do one of those. Okay, right. So that's the questions done.
Yay.
I still can't believe you didn't. 3 people liked my selection last week. I'm feeling vindicated here.
You know, you've got a better next week then.
I can't better half a horse.
You could do a quarter of a horse.
Yes. Skullfish says, I hope people called him Spud as a nickname. Spud Peeler.
Right.
Oh, Carl says, I've got one. Give it to the second person.
Yeah, but then he asked for one of yours, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, I don't mind.
We'll give away
In
anything.
that case, if Carl wants us to do that, we shall find the second answer that was correct. So hold that thought. I've got to find the answers now. I'm still on Jorge Lorenzo. In that case, the second person that said Abner Peeler was we did the full answer, and the full answer, Jamie Bone did say Peeler, but James Chapman says Abner Peeler. So James Chapman, you'll get a sticker. So James Chapman, send an email to ted@emodels.co.uk and we'll send you a sticker out. There you go.
Chapman says give away a second mug. No.
No.
You get cross things like that.
But yeah, so there you go. So you send a mail in as well. So thank you for that, Carl. We'll get a sticker sent out to everybody else. And Carl, drop me a message. I'll send you one of mine. Let's have a look. No, I was going to be at a cricket, wasn't I?
Yes.
I will in a minute. But Goin Moore says, Foxx, just for fun, ask the third question. Okay. We won't do it as a prize, but just for fun then, because I think it's a great question.
What about the second question? Was that not so good?
That's just a normal question. This is an interesting question because this is a very unusual question. So here we are. It's just for fun. No stickers or anything like that. But let's just see. Ted's just found out BT have put his internet on.
Woohoo!
Ted will be with us in 10 minutes. We'll start the show again. So just for fun, this one. Here you go. No stickers or anything, but just for fun. Who bought the first airbrush?
Oh.
Who bought the first airbrush? I didn't even know that'd be a thing that somebody would make a note of.
Potatoes brother or something, was it?
So just for fun, who bought the first airbrush? I don't even know how somebody would know that.
I don't know. I don't think anybody cares because you're not going to win a sticker.
Nah, that's true. His mum. Fraulein Brush, says Zadster. Oh, Carl says, for fun, first answer can have one of his stickers. Okay. My Gideant, a badger, the wild Ted, after much suffering, discovers a source of magic Wi-Fi within his hunting grounds and beats his chest in joy. Jesus, Tony Hart, Victor Kayam, God, there's a name I forgot, Mrs. Peeler.
Michael Jackman says, if it's BT Internet, we'll see him in the new year.
Yeah. He was so impressed he bought the company. Victor Kayam, there's a name I've not heard for a long time. I don't think anybody's going to get this one, are they?
Someone's Googling it.
Yeah. Who bought the first airbrush? Uncle Remus, Ernest Iwata, Henry Ford, Emma Peel, Abby's bro, Max Watanabe. I'm disappointed that Dave Barker hasn't said Sally James yet.
Oh, you've ruined it now. That might have been the answer. Oh, no, you got the answer. Okay.
I don't think anyone's going to get it. Shall I tell you the answer? Lemmy. So I'll just throw the answer out.
Oh, no, quit having fun. It's fine.
That's true. The first airbrush was bought by Francis Edgar Stanley in 1876. That's not the answer we have here, but it may well be. I shall give you the answer. According to Gerwin, the first airbrush was purchased by an S.M. Thomas. There you go.
Okay. Nobody said that.
I like the sound of Susie Quattro buying the first airbrush. That's quite interesting. Cool. Right. Little just for fun one. Right. Should we do the what's next?
The gallery.
Oh, yes.
We've done the gallery because it's early in the month.
Yes, it is.
We had a month finish, so...
it is the start of the month. What shall I... Do you want to do the wordage? Do you want to do the waffle?
I can do some wordage. Yeah. I've got the thing saved, didn't I, somewhere? I've got to remember how to find that again.
You've got to do the screen share again.
Yeah, it's here somewhere, isn't it?
If you've not done one of these before, what we do is at the start of every month, if you go onto the eModels website, there is a section called the galleries, emodels.co.uk/gallery. And what you can do is you can upload pictures of your builds. And you can rate other people's builds. And what we do is every month, towards the end of the month, Chris, Ted, and I will go into the gallery. We'll pick one of the 5-star rated builds that not necessarily doesn't have to be the most technically proficient build. It's just something that makes us go, oh, I like that. We will pick one. and then that person will win something awesome, which I have realised we don't know what that is yet, though.
Strangely enough, the thing's not coming up in the same tab thingy as it did before, so I'll have to do it the other way when sharing my entire screen.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
So we might get the old Infinity thing in a moment.
Yeah. But the trick with this is that we don't actually know what the prize is going to be. It will be a kit of some sort. And what we'll try and do is we don't know it beforehand, but we'll try and get something relevant to whatever's been shown. So, but anyway, yes, Chris, would you like to do the honours with this one?
I can indeed.
Yes.
But because I'm doing it like this, I can't read the name now, so I can't remember who won it.
Oh, I've got to go find
Foxx will dig out the name.
I should tell you the name. Hang on. The winner is this month is Frank Cathawa. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Frank Cathawa or Cathawa?
Frank. I'm pretty sure we got the Frank bit right.
Yeah, we got the Frank bit right. Frank Cathawa.
With his Revel Volkswagen buggy in 1/32 scale.
Yeah. This was just kind of, we saw this and we're like, oh, I like this because everybody likes little dune buggies. But this tickled you one, didn't it, Chris? I
like this one. I thought it wasn't, I mean, the kit itself isn't complicated or exceptional in any particular way, but I like the photography of it. It's, it could be a real thing in a beach somewhere, and it just looks good.
Yeah, and then on a technical side, he has got a really nice sort of shiny gloss finish on it. He's done a good job with the gloss finish. It's not necessarily a complicated kit, like Chris says, but it's just got character to it, and he's done a really nice job on the paint. It's got that nice kind of almost volcano orange kind of color to it. It's got a nice shine. He set it in the sand. He's got the trees off in the background with some forced perspective, and it gives it a nice sunny look. So it kind of tickled all three of us there. So we were like, yeah, we like that one.
Yeah.
And who doesn't like a good dune buggy?
Exactly. As we've always said, it doesn't have to be the best kit or the most expensive kit, or it's just something that we like and catches our eye, and we go for it.
Yeah, because it could be something down to, like, in this case, it's almost as much the composition of the picture and the way he shot the picture as the model itself. So we always say if you want to put your stuff in the gallery, don't worry if you think, oh, I'm nowhere near as good as all the other guys. We don't look at that. We don't judge it based on that. We just look at things and go, I like that. That tickles my fancy. That's awesome. That's cool. Could be anything. So well done, Frank. We will. What we'll do is we will let the guys at eModels know. We'll get in touch with them and we'll send you something awesome. It's going to be a kit of some sort. We try and tend to make sure that the kits that win, if you do a model of a boat, we'll probably send you something that's like a boat.
Yeah.
If you do a model of a plane, we're not going to send you a model of a motorbike. We'll try and make it something awesome for you. So you can expect that coming through hopefully in the next few days. But what we need you to do is we need you, first of all, because we need to know where to send it. So we need you to send a model of, you've guessed it, ted@emodels.co.uk. Just put in the mail that you've won the gallery giveaway for this month. And then what we'll do is we'll let you know which kit you've won. Because what we tend to do is say, we'll suggest a kit, and if it's something you don't want, obviously we'll change it. So we don't like to just say you've won this kit. That's why we don't decide the kit in advance, because we don't know. So yeah, drop Ted an email.
Because it was nostalgic.
Say again?
Ted says he liked it because it was nostalgic.
Yeah. Ted remembers them when they were black and white.
Yeah.
So yes, Frank, drop Ted an email, ted@emodels.co.uk with your name, address, and phone number. Because obviously if we send you a kit, we need the phone number for the delivery guys. With your name, address, and phone number, make sure you put in there that you've won the gallery giveaway, and we'll get in touch with you and we'll sort something out awesome to come your way. And if you'd like to win, again, just upload pictures of your builds, go into the gallery, emodels.co.uk gallery, get reviewing other people's builds, and the more you review, the more people review yours, and we'll go through, and we only judge based on the 5-star winners. So make sure you've got 5-star ratings on there, and you could win something awesome next month.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. We said it doesn't have to be one that's put up this month. It could be one that's been up there since the beginning, but just hasn't caught our eye yet. So
yeah, we just go through the whole gallery. We don't know. We don't care whether it's today or yesterday or last month.
If you don't win in the month that you put it up, don't worry, it still might win.
Yeah. There was somebody mentioning the other day that there might be a problem with the gallery at the minute with dates on images. Don't worry too much. Everything's still there. There might be an issue with the back end, put the wrong dates on things. But
yeah, I think something updated in it and all the dates got made to the same date. But as I say, we don't look at the dates anyway. So
it's irrelevant to us when it was uploaded. It could have been uploaded. It could have been uploaded 5 minutes before we looked, or it could have been loaded the day we started doing the gallery. So yeah, well done to Frank. What's next? So we have to do the last week's giveaway.
Yep, we gave away something last week.
Yes. Have you got it up on your?
No.
Excellent. Neither have I. Right, let me go and find it. Hang on.
Yes. Oh, we can do that now, are we?
Yeah. We'll
Okay.
get through that.
While we're on a roll, we from last week it was the
I'll share my screen now. I've got my
Yeah.
screen share thing going on.
someone
Screen
already said in
share.
the chat what it
I'll
was
need
as
to lock it
well.
on me, don't I? Lock it on me and press the green thing and then screen share.
Not that button.
Not that one.
Yep.
So last week we were giving away the Special Hobby 132nd scale Brewster Buffalo B339E Mark 1. Which is a mint kit because it's got all kind of bits of goodies in it. It's got photo etch, if I remember right. It's got a photo etch fret. It's got decal sheets with 4 different camouflage schemes provided for, and a load of other things in there. It's also got some cartoons apparently to go on the side. The description is written from the original translation, so it's not the best English. But yes, it's a beautiful little kit. And what we did was we went through all the comments that we asked you to put on the video last week, and I can't remember what I asked you to do, but it was probably some amusing statement or other involving the buffalo.
A statement or noise or something normally, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we had asked them to do the word buffalo in some way, probably something like that. And we used the random comment picker of random picking of random comments randomly with the random comment picker. And the winner was, he says, pointing to Chris, because Chris wrote it down, hopefully.
I didn't write it down. You wrote it down.
Oh, have I done that again? Have we done it again now? Okay, well, never mind.
We'll find it. Give us a sec.
I've got it here. The winner was... I'm sure I put it in the chat. Did I put it in the chat?
I don't know, but everyone can see your screen still. So
yes, I've got it here. The winner was, picked it randomly, was comment number 5 from Ickle Pete. So Ickle Pete, I like that name. Ickle Pete, you know the routine by now. Send Ted an email, ted@emodels.co.uk. And make sure you put in the email that you won the Special Hobby Brewster Buffalo. Code number is 32013. I did send them an email last week and asked them to put one aside because this apparently is a limited edition kit or a limited production run.
Yeah.
So I asked them to put one aside for this week's giveaway. So it's the Special Hobby Brewster Buffalo, hashtag 32013. Make sure you put that in the email and we'll get that sent out to you.
Apparently they fixed the gallery problem with the dates. They took the dates away.
Oh, cool. That makes life a lot easier, doesn't it? Yay. Well, while it's locked on me, should we just do the giveaway for this week?
Screen sharing as well, so
yeah. Shall I just do the giveaway for next week?
Shall we? Yeah, why not?
Yeah, it's shared on me anyway. Okay. Well, last week we gave away this awesome Special Hobby Brewster Buffalo. This week, I've been put in charge of the prize. You know what it's going to be. You know what it's going to be. It's going to be half a horse. It's going to be half. No, it's not going to be half a horse, but it is going to be. Haha! It's a Gundam. I've decided this week we'll do. So we're not done a Gundam, I don't think yet. So I thought, why not? I've got to get a gunpla in there somewhere. So this week we're going to give away the Bandai 1/144th scale real grade GP01 FB full Burnen mobile suit. This is. I've seen the perfect grade of this, and it's an awesome suit. But this is what we're giving away. It's a real grade, so it's 1/144th scale, just up your alley, Chris. But it's complexity wise halfway between a master grade and a perfect grade. So it's got an inner frame, unlike an H-cheek. It's got an inner frame in there, pre-made. All the joints are pre-installed, and it's got incredible details. The real grades tend to have a bit more detail on the outside than a master grade. So it's kind of an awesome kit. So we're going to give this one away. It's a very popular suit, the full Burnen. And all you need to do for this is, if you want to win this next week, then when this stream is finished, give it about 15-20 minutes till the stream is finished. It'll then just be a video on the YouTube channel, on the eModels channel. All you need to do is put a comment on the video for this show. And I shall ask Chris to come up with an amusing comment for you to write down. What should they write, Chris?
Yeah.
If you get stuck, just go for some kind of sound.
I was going to say some sort of sound. What's the noise that the Gundam makes? Because I don't know. Do they make noise?
There's the noise when the light comes on, when the eyes come on, it goes like that kind of noise.
Does it?
How you'd write that?
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? Nobody knows how you're going to write that. So
yeah,
Gundam noises.
Yeah, just write
assorted Gundam noises would be lovely.
Yeah,
as ever, it doesn't actually matter what you write because we don't worry about that, but it's fun to read.
Or you could stream put Moyagare, Moyagare, Gundam.
I don't know what that means.
It's the lyrics to the Japanese theme tune to Mobile Suit Gundam.
Okay.
It means fly, fly, Gundam.
Tony Blackwell says, "What car does it turn into?"
The one with the not a car. It is actually. I don't know if that's the thing. This the mobile suit itself does transform.
Ah,
Can't
that is a
remember.
transformer.
No, in terms of some bits come off and open up and get bigger. You knew a girl like that once. I don't know if there's a transformation in this real grade kit. There might be. I'm not sure. If there isn't, never mind. If there is, it's a bonus. But it's an incredible kit, and I've got a real grade to build. Never done a real grade yet. I've got a RX-78 tutored. I'm looking forward to that.
Michael Jackerman says it's a robot in disguise. It's not much of a disguise. It looks like a giant robot.
Stop talking about Transformers. Oh. Anyway, yes. So all you do, put a comment on the video for this show when it goes into the show in about 10 or 15 minutes after the end, and just put down what noise does a Gundam make. That'll do. Anything. You can write anything.
Yeah.
And you can win that 144th real grade, a full burner. Yeah. So that's that one. So that's that giveaway. I'll just stop screen sharing. Zip. So if you've never built a Gundam and you hear me going on about them like a mad person, I nearly said a rude word then, like a loony, and you've never tried a Gundam or a mobile suit or a gunpla, anything like that, never tried one of them kits or any kind of Bandai kit, and just have a go, because if you've never built a Bandai kit, you're in for a treat.
Yeah, it's difficult going back to another kit after a Bandai kit. I must admit. It's a different world. If
you've grown up entirely making normal glue model kits all your life, your impression of snap fit kits will be they're trash. But that's probably because you've never made a Bandai kit. Forget every snap fit kit you've ever made, because they are trash. Once you've built a Bandai, nobody comes close to their level of engineering. Trust me on this. And if it's a real grade, even more so. So it's kind of a treat. So even if you never tried one before and you're like, oh, I don't like Gundams, enter anyway. It's free. You'll win it. And trust me, you will have great fun building it. It will be real fun. It's fun times. It brings the fun back. And if you decide to paint it, great.
This one is a real grade, isn't it?
Yes, it's a real grade.
Is it high grade, the one below that?
High grade is 1/144 scale and quite simple.
Yeah, that's the one I've done.
1/100th and a bit more complex. And real grade is 1/144th again, but it's not more complex than a master grade, but it's a lot smaller. So it's got more challenging to put together.
So that's the one I've got to build at some point then.
Yes.
Because I've done the basic one.
You've done an HG, yeah. HG, high grade, master grade, perfect grade, which is the super expensive, and then real grade's kind of in the middle.
Yeah, but real grade's the right scale.
Real grade is your kind of size. So yes, if you've never tried one, give it a go. It's free. You've not spent any money on it. If you win it, have fun. Trust me, you'll like it. Anyway, let's move on from that, because I can't sit here talking about Gundam all night, because I'm on the naughty step already. It's not right.
Where are we moving on to, though? We've done everything, haven't we?
I think we've done everything, haven't we? What time are we on? I've been going. Well, we've been going almost 2 hours. I think we're good.
Well, we've got the extra 10 minutes that Ted normally fills in. So
yeah, Smooth says if he wins, it'll burn it with fire live. Or you could just sell it. There's that option as well, Smooth. Just don't bite off your nose to spite your face. So anyway, yeah, well, I think that's going to do us, to be honest, because we've been going for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
We've done our bits and buds. Going Moore says, if I enter and win, I will try and build it. It's dead easy.
Yeah.
No thinking required. It's just fun.
It's not the one Ted built, is it? He must have done the high grade as well, then.
Yeah, he did. Ted did a high grade Exia, which is not my favourite mobile set, I've got to say. I don't like the design of the Exia. It's a bit.
They're all the same, aren't they?
No! No! That's like saying sports cars are all the same, or motorbikes.
Well, they are.
Motorbikes have all got 2 wheels and a fuel tank. They're all the same. No, they're not.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I can hear Smooth shouting now already. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Well, I think that'll do us. We've had a good 2 hours.
We haven't forgotten anything, have we?
No, we've done the giveaway.
Yep, we've done some mugs and stickers and stuff.
We've done the giveaways and the giveaways and the giveaways.
Done the gallery.
Yeah, done the gallery. I think we're done.
I think we're done. Ted, have we forgotten anything?
Ted, have we forgotten anything? And wait for the comment. And wait. Oh, Skipper Ted says Skylar did the Gundam. His granddaughter Skylar did the Gundam. Wait, so Ted always tells us that he's done a Gundam.
Yeah,
he lied.
He was lying.
This means, Ted, that you have to do another Gundam, but you have to do it. Oh, I'm sending Ted a Gundam now. Oh, Ted, you shouldn't have said that out loud in public on telly and everything.
You know he's going to get someone else to do it for him.
Oh, no, he's not, because I'm going to ask him to film it. I'm going to send you a Gundam, Ted, and you're going to do it on telly. Because I thought you built that, actually, and I was letting you off.
He's always said he built it. He did.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he? Oh, no, he's not now. Ted, you've put there's a foot and there's a mouth, and they have collided. Yes. Anyway, I think that's going to do us. it just remains for me to say thank you to everyone that's been in the chat and everyone that's watching.
Oh, wait, Ted's checking his list.
Oh, checking his list. He's checking it once, he's checking it twice.
Yeah.
You can see if you've been naughty.
He's probably said we've been naughty, yeah.
Yeah. At least you got your Transformers in
Yeah.
the show, says Pete Rogers. Ted must do a PG now and full paint it, inner frame included, says Stream. That's just harsh. I have sent him a Warhammer and he has started doing a Warhammer, so I've got to give him credit for that.
Has he started it?
Yeah, he started it. He started building it. I don't think he got a chance to finish it before he moved. But yeah, he started doing a Warhammer. It was a Hydra. So that's quite good. So yeah, I'm afraid, Ted, you may get a mystery package from me in coming months. I will require evidence of your construction and completion.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect grade. If I could afford to send him a perfect grade, I would send him a perfect grade. Anyway, I think we're done. Thank you so much to everyone for watching. Hopefully, all being well, Ted might be back with us next week, it sounds like. If not, the week after. If not that, the week after that. Or maybe the week after that. Or for the love of God.
Or after Christmas, yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know how long you stuck with just me and Chris, but thank you for putting up with me and Chris. Hopefully, we've not been too bad. We can't really...
Couple of people said we did all right, so I think we did all right.
I mean, Ted's shoes are big shoes to fill. We can't fill Ted. This is Ted's
actually
show.
More than 3 people have said we did all right, so that's more people than like your half horse.
Yeah, so that works. That's complete vindication. Yes.
No, that more people liked us than your horse.
I'm ignoring all those words that came out of your mouth. Then I'm not listening now. I've stopped. 3. You said 3, and that's enough for me. My limit has been reached.
No, so I thought your limit was 6.
Shut up! I knew you were going to say that. I don't know what comes after 6. That's why I got the number in the latest Skitter video. I got the numbers wrong while I was saying it was part 8 and part 7. It's because I'm not familiar with numbers that come after.
It's more than 6. It must be many.
I've just got to write more. Welcome to episode more. Well, anyway, yes. Thank you for putting up with just me and Chris. Hopefully, we've been okay. Join us again next week, Monday nights, 9 p.m. Every Monday, BST. Me, Chris, and potentially Ted next week. And we'll do more nonsense and more giveaways. Don't forget to put a comment on this when it becomes a video with your what noise does a Gundam make to win your awesome little Gundam. And if you've won anything tonight, like stickers and stuff, don't forget to send Ted an email, ted@emodels.co.uk. And if you've got questions for us to use in the giveaways next week, make sure to send them there as well. And then if we use your question, we'll send you a sticker.
Or even questions for general, instead of putting them in a chat, email them to Ted as well. And then we've got them and we can ask them live on air and ask everybody to help out with the answers.
Or if you just like sending emails to people, just send Ted an email.
Yeah, he likes emails. And don't forget, email Ted about what my next build should be for eModels.
Yes. Remember, if it's got to be 1/144th scale. So go on the site, have a look around, see what you think Chris should build for his next eModels build. Try not to be too cruel, but do be cruel.
Be cruel, and I'll just not do that one. It's easy.
Yeah, unless everybody says the same thing. See, if that half horse was 1/144th scale.
Yeah, but it'd be that big. No.
But then to paint the little bones and tubes and things would be awesome. Anyway, should we leave it there?
Yeah.
Thank you for Ted for being in the chat. And thank you.
Ted said it was odd watching.
It was odd watch. I know. It's like when I've not been able to be in the stream, but I've had to watch. It's very strange. Thank you to Ted's neighbours who don't know that Ted's using their Wi-Fi.
They might now.
And we'll see you all again next week. So until next time, it's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me as well. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Ted. And thank you, everybody watching. Take care, all.
Bye-bye.
Amoebas.